So this week's theme continues on establishing safety in our nervous system. And it kind of takes us a little bit into a way that we can be in relationship with ourselves, a self-regulation uh, aspect of cultivation. Um, and so just as we can use our immediate environment as a regulating mechanism, we can also use our own inner mentor, our own inner self. And this is something that maybe if you've had a lot of dysregulation in your life, maybe this part of you isn't very well cultivated. And so what you can do is also begin by thinking of a person in your life, whether present or past, or even future or imaginal, like a spiritual guide, or even a character from a movie or a book that you don't know personally, but that you feel like when you imagine that being, and it doesn't have to be a human, it could be an animal, it could be a tree, it could be a place. But when you imagine that relationship, you feel a sense of safety and being held and supported. Um, and just me even saying that, you might take a moment now and notice who or what comes to mind. Even if you do have a strong inner mentor already cultivated, it doesn't hurt to pause and sort of generate another layer of quality to integrate into our inner mentor. Um, because when we are very young, we do cultivate self-regulation from co-regulation with others and with our environment. So these two things are meant to develop together. So you can start with bringing to mind someone or something that creates the feeling of safety for you. Or if you actually feel a sense of that within yourself, you can turn towards that part of yourself. Um, if it's hard to do the second one, then there's a simple step that you can take in which you first notice what it is about bringing or conjuring that person or place or animal, um, that that comes to you when I ask this question. Notice how that affects your nervous system. Notice what feeling states arise, or settling, uh, in what way your nervous system settles. Is it the breath? Is it an emotional quality? Is it a quality of a slower mind? Is it a shift in your breath? Is it more of a sense of awareness of yourself in the moment that feels safer to feel because there's more capacity for embodiment? What many other things that I haven't even mentioned that could be what that is for you. But just kind of notice what is evoked when you think of that person, place, or situation or being that's a regulating source of safety for you. And once you have hold of the quality that you feel and notice, sometimes it can help to write it down and capture it too. Feel free to do that if you'd like. You can always pause this and do some journaling. Um, what I want to point out is that you felt that quality inside of your nervous system. And so in a way, you actually took the quality of that being, place, or thing, and you activated the part within your own nervous system that also is in touch with that quality. You turned that on in your own nervous system. And so this is the beginning of cultivating your inner mentor. This is the beginning of claiming that for yourself. So whatever you wrote down on the journal or witnessed as you did that practice, you can intentionally take a moment to claim that for yourself. This quality is myself. I'm generating this quality. Yes, there might be other parts of me that don't feel grounded, that don't feel safe, that have fight or flight kinds of reactions going on. But this is also part of me. I also get to have this. This is attention training. And so when you have a sense of this for yourself, and it might just be 1% of you, um, you can spend time cultivating over days and weeks and months and years, um, adding a little bit to this core sense of self, this stable sense of self, this inner mentor or higher self. Um, call it your essence. You could call it, yeah, it's sometimes I call it my channel. It's the part of me that's sort of connected and grounded to something deeply profound and benevolent and grounded, and that has an unwavering sense of presence despite all the ripples and undulations that go on in all the other parts of me. And it makes it possible to have those safely because they're not the only thing pulling me around. There's this central part of me too. And as you cultivate that over time, you can start to have conversations with that part of yourself, asking for advice, asking for comfort. You might have that part of you come in and interrupt a thought process and be like, hold up, I see you like thinking those self-demeaning thoughts, and let me reel that back in. You might have like a day where you're feeling, really depressed or really anxious, or having physical symptoms that are coming up from some kind of a trigger. And, our physical symptoms will often they will then lead to our emotional and thought processes. And we think that's us. And it's like, oh my God, today I'm feeling wild and crazy. And today I'm feeling manic, or today I'm feeling really depressed. Um, and you can even have those days, well, at the very least, you can realize that they're just passing through and they're not your core self, and you can witness them, and you can have compassion for them because you've cultivated this part of yourself that can kind of be like, yeah, I'm feeling these things are being felt by me today, but I know they're not me. And you can actually cultivate a really sweet and tender and loving relationship with these waves as they come through, where you don't have to suppress them or deny them. And what I was going to say is that you can even come to, I don't know if look forward is the right word, but you can come to just be like in Rumi's guest house poem about inviting everyone in. It's like, okay, have tea with these parts of yourself. Some of my most profound healing moments have come on days like that, where I didn't wake up feeling great and I had really challenging things moving through me. Um, but because I had my inner mentor online, my higher self online, and my channel online, my intuition online, my inner guidance online, I could have conversations, I could learn things that actually helped me unravel deeper patterns and gain even deeper layers of freedom. Now, that's a really advanced practice, and it's totally okay if that feels really far out of reach. You can start by tuning in with anything at all in your life that gives you a sense of safety and groundedness, and start to claim that for yourself. It takes time and cultivation, but I share this so that you know the fruits of what can happen after many, many, many months of cultivating this inner self. So I hope you enjoy that. And if you have any comments about what this practice was like for you, I'd really, really love to hear it. So feel free to comment below.